Good day, everybody. This is Yash Nama here. I thought I'll make a quick video regarding some of the questions related to cost allocation. So let's go through question 1417. We'll focus on part one. I've given some notes regarding part two in the suggested solutions. I kindly request you to go over it as per your convenience. So let's get started. Velvet Limited is a producer of premium chocolate based in Hobart. The company has a separate division for each of its two products, dark chocolate and milk chocolate. The company purchases ingredients from Launceston for its dark chocolate division and from Davenport for its milk chocolate division. Both locations are the same distance from Velvet's Hobart plant. The company operates a fleet of truck as a cost center that charges the divisions for variable costs and fixed costs. Each division is evaluated on a basis of its operating profit. For the year 2018, the company has a practical capacity of 50 round trips between the Hobart plant and the two suppliers. It recorded the following information. Cost of truck fleet. Budgeted 115,000, actual 96,750. Number of round trips for dark chocolate division, budgeted 30, actual 30. Number of round trips for milk chocolate division, budgeted 20, actual 15. So required, part 1. Using the single rate method, allocate costs to dark chocolate division and the milk chocolate division in these three ways. A. Calculate the budgeted rate per round trip and allocate costs based on round trips budgeted for each division. B. Calculate the budgeted rate per round trip and allocate costs based on actual round trips used by each division. C. Calculate the actual rate per round trip and allocate costs based on actual number of round trips used by each division. Okay, so if we look at the requirements, what we need to figure out to answer this question is the budgeted rate per round trip. Okay, let me highlight this bit here. Budgeted rate per round trip and round trips budgeted for each division. This is given in the question for us. Here again, we need budgeted rate per round trip, which we will calculate as part of part A. Actual round trips used by each division. This is given to us in the question. And finally, we need actual rate per round trip and actual number of round trips. Okay, this is also given in the question, actual number of round trips. So what we need to do is to calculate budgeted rate per round trip, and we need to also calculate actual rate per round trip. Okay, so we need to calculate these two numbers. So let's see what do we need for this. Now, in order to calculate the budgeted rate per round, we need budgeted costs, total budgeted costs. So cost of truck fleet. So let me be precise. So budgeted cost of truck fleet, which is $115,000, and budgeted total trips is equal to 30 for dark chocolate and 20 for milk chocolate. So 50 in total. So in order to calculate the budgeted rate per round trip, we will divide budgeted cost of the truck fleet by the budgeted total trips. So it will be 115,000 upon 50. So budgeted rate per round trip is $2,300. Now let's do the same for actual rate per round trip. Here we need actual cost of truck fleet, which is 96,750, and actual total trips, which is 30 for dark chocolate plus 15 for milk chocolate, 45 in total. So in order to get actual rate per round trip, what we need to do is divide actual cost of truck fleet divided by actual total trips. And this leads us to a number of 2150 per round trip as actual rate per round trip. Okay, so we've got the necessary information now to allocate costs as per the three different ways required in part A. So part A. Part A requires us to allocate costs based on round trips budgeted for each division using, so here we have the two divisions, dark chocolate and milk chocolate. Cost allocated. For dark chocolate, budgeted rate is 2300 times budgeted number of trips, 30. Milk chocolate budgeted rate is 2300 times budgeted number of trips, 20. Part B. Allocate costs based on actual round trips used by each division using budgeted rate. So here again, cost allocated. Here we are using actual number of trips. So actual number of trips is 30 for dark chocolate times budgeted rate 2300. Actual number of trips 15 for milk chocolate times budgeted rate 2300. So this is the cost allocation using budgeted rate, actual number of trips. Finally, we move on to allocate costs based on actual round trips used by each division using actual rate. Cost allocated. Here will be actual rate 2150 per round trip times actual number of trips dark chocolate 30 and actual rate 2150 per round trip times actual number of trips 15 for milk chocolate. So this is the calculation for part 1 of this question 1417. So just to summarize, we need first to calculate budgeted rate per round trip and actual rate per round trip. And then based on the budgeted number of trips or actual number of trips and the respective rate, either the budgeted rate or actual rate, we will allocate cost. Question. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.